down to Norway. And yes, we will be playing another 2 hours approximately. Yes. His name, Quisling, has came during the World War II as a term for a collaborator or a traitor in the at least Western English-speaking world. Start the briefing of this operation. Okay, the plan for the occupation of Norway relies on a swift capture with several vital objectives before any form of organized resistance can oppose it. Simultaneous amphibious and aerial landing should allow us to secure these targets in rapid succession. That is General Guderian, if you don't recognize him, who was not at all involved in the Norway campaign in any shape or form that I know of. One of the key objectives is the city of Oslo, the capital of Norway. Yes, here. It is likely to have a significant garrison, but we hope to capture the Norwegian government and force a quick unconditional surrender. That's basically what did happen. Further north, the town of Trondheim, with its harbor and nearby airfield, must also be secured. Now some of the biggest, there was Norwegians fighting, but some of the biggest fighting elements they were fighting were British and French forces that were brought up in there. Because of the threat posed by the British Navy, the landing will receive substantial support from the Kriegsmarine. Once the element of surprise has worn off, we must prepare to face stiffening opposition from Norway's armed forces and potential Franco-British interference. Only a rapid conclusion to this operation will keep us on track for the upcoming offensive against France itself. Yes, Norway did, the northern bit up at Narvik did last long enough to actually be going on while Fall starts in the west. Hello, Mirror Man, how you doing? I can see my house from here. Yes, you can. You can see your house from here. I know Norway lives, or not Norway. Toyjet lives in this part of Norway, I know. Love this mission. So many ways to tackle it. Yeah, I don't think I haven't played this before. Now I've played Panzer Corps' version of this, most assuredly, but I've not played Order of Battle's version of this. So similar games, we'll see how they handle differently. Okay. Primary objectives: capture 3 primary VPs in 10 turns. Okay, so we have to do that in 10 turns out of a total of 30 turns. Capture Oslo, capture Trondheim, connect Oslo and Trondheim. Okay, so we'll have to connect with controlled territory, I presume. Do not deploy any tanks. I don't know that I'm going to worry about that one. You don't have to do any of the secondary objectives. Now, they did deploy the 3 Nordfahrzeuge, the 3 big German tanks, heavy tanks, but not heavily armored, big heavy tanks that had a turret with both a 75 and a 37 millimeter gun. So the gun from the Panzer IV C here, and the gun from wherever, the gun from the Panzer III. Both of those guns were mounted side by side in the same turret, plus 2, basically, they were modified, but basically Panzer I turrets, but with only 1 machine gun in them. 2 of those were also mounted on the, so they had the 3 of them that they had were deployed and did fight in combat, the 3 Nordfahrzeugs. And I've also seen photographs, sort of one of the famous one, of a bunch of German soldiers sort of crouching behind Panzer I as it's sort of advancing, a group of 10 or 20 soldiers sort of moving up, all sort of trying to be behind a Panzer I as it moves up against enemy fire. So you don't need tanks. Okay, well, maybe we won't then. Wonder why nobody tanks in Norway. Well, I can tell you a couple of reasons that I understand why they were there. One, it was a propaganda thing. 2, nobody else was going to use them. And sort of by that, I mean they weren't going to be equipped in any of the panzer divisions going west. So you need some tanks? Well, hey, we got these 3 things sitting over here. Might as well use those as opposed to, Panzer IIIs or Panzer IVs, which are in short supply for what's needed to go west. So you only have, Panzer Is. You only have the 3 otherwise unused tanks. So they were also 2 Panzer IIs. Okay, I'll trust you on that. Toy jet. I've only seen photographs, and I'm talking about during the invasion, not later on. So later on, I don't know, because I know there was a few Panzer divisions sent up to Norway. But for the invasion, I only specifically know photos identifying, in my memory at least, Panzer Is. But yeah. Only time I was in Oslo, I stayed at the hotel with the best name ever for the hotel. The Thief. Seriously, okay. Good photo opportunity with the new tanks. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, during the invasion. Okay, Toy jet. Toy jet's the expert here. You can get some tanks as reinforcements later in the mission without. Okay, cool. So we won't deploy any of our tanks. Good to know. Well, let's see. We have a lot of deployment points now. So what we will do is, supply ship. Okay. These are the deployed units so far. We have some Fallschirmjägers, some anti-aircraft. Okay. Units waiting to be deployed. Okay. Let's see. Well, I know there's some fortifications. I don't know how much engineers unit, but we're going to, well, since they don't have any stars anyway, so they're fully up. They're starting to get stars, so we will use our elite reinforcements. One thing I really like about this and Panzer Corps games, and they're very similar, but they're not the same. And even if you're both playing the same campaign, the missions are a bit different. Right. So normally I do like to set these up before we start the live stream, so we start with some action. Okay, so that's going to be some German infantry already there. That's going to be a nuisance, though. Maybe we'll be able to artillery it into silence from our naval guns. Another German infantry unit there. Another one there. Okay. With the 1940 model, which of course is appropriate. Those are our Fallschirmjägers. The aircraft. Right. Okay. Well, we need to get Trondheim, and we need to get Oslo, basically, and we need to link them up. Okay, guys, that's going to be our sort of primary focus then. Let's keep it down, and we need to link all this up. So we have some units out here. We will see about tackling some of this, but that's going to be at best secondary focus, I think. So let's put our heavy infantry with trucks here. Let's put our field cannon at 75 millimeter here. We do have, now I don't know if the British Navy is going to show up, but we do have some with the Admiral Hipper here. A little bit of naval gunfire support there. Just light cruisers here. Light cruiser. Light cruiser. Don't we have a big battleship there? Or not a battleship? Oh, here. Yeah, the Hipper here. What is this? What did I read up here? I guess they're both called Hipper. Okay. Yeah, one of these gets sunk out here. We're going to use air power. Okay, you got, and you haven't, so we'll just do that. Let's get some fighter coverage, get more fighter bombers down here. Now to come up here, yeah, some engineers would be okay there. Fairly cheap on the command point. Experience Mike's independent living took in many sailors from Northern Europe at the time, mostly Dutch, some Norwegians. You can see both class names, ship names on the ships. Oh my, okay, CA Admiral Hipper. Oh, the Blitzer, that's right. I was looking for the Blitzer down here as soon as I saw the name. Okay, I was looking at the top, yeah. Thank you, Toyjet. Yes, the Blitzer gets destroyed by field fortifications, I believe. Right. There we go. With that, now let's see what we want to purchase here. I don't know. Do recon count as? Do you have any DLCs attached to this game, or is this vanilla? Hello, Highwayman. Okay. For the PC version of the game is free. There's sort of the introductory tutorial and basically the sort of first mission of all the DLCs are free with the game. So it's free to play if you're playing the PC version. I say that because there's now a console version out. And so basically you're paying for the DLCs. And this is the Blitzkrieg DLC. So basically each campaign is a DLC. Now with the new console version, you buy basically the Blitzkrieg campaign as it, because they can't really do a free to play, I gather, or something, the way the mechanics of the consoles work. I'm not a console player, don't have it. So if you want to try this game out yourself, just go look up Order Battle World War II on Steam. You should be able to get the free thing, and you give it a try. If me talking about it and showing you isn't enough to convince you one way or the other. Again, I'm doing this on behalf of Slytherin here, but I'm not trying to sell you this game. I'm trying to present it. Hey, Frere Oakenshield, trying to present it to you for you to make the choice on whether you want it or not. So yeah, so you can play the free-to-play part, check it out on the consoles, whichever ones it's out. Again, I don't have any consoles, so I don't play that format, but I don't think the game mechanics have changed at all. You buy the base game you buy is the Blitzkrieg DLC, and then the rest you buy the DLCs as you want to play them. So if you just want to play as Germany, you buy the German DLCs. You want to play as the Soviet Union, you buy the Soviet DLCs. They're good. Or the Pacific ones, or which they've just announced the second Allied DLC is coming out in a while. So you can play the different DLCs from the nations you want. Highwayman. So yeah, it's a fun game. I recommend it. I played it a lot. Okay, so we're not going to do tanks. The British do deploy historically, I think, a few tanks. I think the thing, though, I might want to do here is artillery. Huh. No transport. 4. Bit harder hitting. The Lichfield howitzer. 18. A little bit on these numbers. Okay. The LEIG is Lich Infantry Geschütz, light infantry gun, 18. It's a 75 millimeters, it says here, but it's an infantry gun. It's obviously the barrel and everything is a much smaller projectile. I mean, the same diameter, but much shorter projectile. It's got with a much smaller powder charge behind it. This is the Field Canone, 18. Here, that's 75 millimeter. This is the light field howitzer, the Lich Field Howitzer, 18. Now, why all the 18s? Because during development of these and initial deployment, they were trying to fool the Allied Commission that was sort of, and we can also see the Canone 18, the Schwer Field Howitzer 18, and the MRS, I don't know exactly what that stands for, 18. The reason these are all 18 is, oh, these were things we had in development and pre-production, and we had some prototypes, way back in the end of World War I. That's why all the 18s. It was sort of to try, it was an attempt to give deniability. If no one wanted to look close, no one wanted to restart World War I over Germany getting new artillery and new artillery development. So a lot of guns like the MG-13, which is, the MG-13 is the machine gun in the Panzer Is, not an MG-34, it's an MG-13. It's a box magazine fed, I think it's 20 rounds or something, maybe 30. In the Panzer I, and then the MG-15, which I think is more of an early aircraft mounted machine gun. That they were trying to, again, try to give plausible deniability to who and what, when they were produced. Just a little bit of it. The French sent tanks to Norway. I don't know if the British did. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know I've seen some of the, I think little Renaults, or maybe they were Hotchkisses. I don't know. The little ones, I think, is what yeah, pretend World War I origin, just like the bombers being mail delivery. Absolutely, Chaplain for Bacchus, same thing. Just wanted to let people know what and why they're doing. Okay, so we're going to have a field cannon to back up down here. Just sort of an interesting why they were all 18 as I was looking at them. Okay, we have one fighter. We do have... Okay, well, we're going to presumably capture some airports. And we have... okay, those are transport planes that will disappear. And we have one Stuka already. Condors, Michael, flying boats, strategic. We have 7 points. Here's 7 points of air deployment, or command points, or whatever. Well, I'm going to pick the Bf-110, not because it's a good fighter, and it's not. It was not designed to be a fighter. It was designed to be a bomber interceptor. Well, I guess we can deploy him up here, so let's do so. Because of its longer range, so it's meant to go fight bombers, not to fight other fighters. It's an interceptor. And for tactical, I just sort of like the Stuka. It's a rather... oh, we're running out of points, Dan. Okay, hold off on that a second. We're still going to have this long-range fighters because I'm worried about could undeploy something. Let's... Okay, because these guys aren't so expensive. I wasn't looking at that cost. I was looking at this cost. I don't know. I sort of like my heavy infantry. And heavy infantry are slow, so let's spend both the command points and the purchase points. There. Yeah, I like bombers, but yeah, I want to protect mine. Just don't know how useful that's going to be. And if we get some reinforcements later on, let's do regular infantry. It'll be 30 points. I'm going to try to get them shoring up in here to push for Oslo. And another infantry unit. No trucks. Yeah, pushing down from the north. We'll do that. Mail bombs, yes. Intents are so bad that our old gladiators managed to down some long-range country, long-range fighters. I get that. Yeah, that's exactly it. That I'm looking at. Yes, at some point I want to capture this air base, but I don't know how many other air bases. Well, way down here and way out here, sure. But if my main campaign that I'm looking at, because we have to capture some of the victory hexes, but we also need to connect these two, I've got to fight my way between here. And if I'm going to get, because we have, this is a scout plane. Scout planes in this game do not need to land to get refueling. They have, in essence, infinite refuel. They do need to land if they need to, get replacements or repair, or however you want to call it. If they've been damaged and you want to get repair for them, they do need to land for that. But otherwise, they can just keep flying around forever for the mission. But these guys need to come back to fuel. And I do know that my Stuka from playing before will have greater legs, flying time than my BF-110. So if I have to constantly come back here, and if the Allied air starts going up and things, it's pretty bad. And yeah, as Toyjet's saying, when the 110 is being proposed and designed, fighters are slow. Fighters are seen, and this is changing as they're being deployed and designed, but fighters are seen as biplanes that are highly maneuverable, where the Germans and others, but the Germans call them Schnell bombers or fast bombers. And the whole idea, especially in the pre-radar age, was to take off, get a bunch of bombers, fly faster than your fighters could fly, maybe, but definitely faster than the fighters could catch up to you. Meaning that, if they're all sitting on the ground and zoom, there goes, up in the air, there goes a bunch of bombers by, taking off, getting there, in any number, because there may be a few flying, few patrolling right at the time going by. But the bombers were going to come through fast. They were faster than the fighters at the time, generally speaking, or about that, but definitely to the point of catching up from well behind and overtaking them. So they would go through to their target, drop all their bombs, and then not necessarily have to come right back the same way. They could, instead of coming straight back, they take a different path back or something like that, and not be caught by at least too many fighters. Not maybe zero, but not overwhelmed. This was before radar was a calculated thing. Maybe it existed in test labs. I'm talking like mid-30s here and before. And so the HE whatever 51, I think it is, German fighter, is a biplane, sort of an advanced biplane. But biplanes are really maneuverable. And even though they know about and know how to build mono wing planes, they still want to build for a while. biplanes because, again, they're very maneuverable as fighters because they see that as being a thing. And because the other faster aircraft are faster, but not that much faster, not like zoom faster, but just zoom faster, if you will, they were thought that, if you have a faster airplane come in and you just quick do some maneuvers, and that faster airplane that's a monoplane would just fly by and not be able to effectively do anything. Well, yeah, by the time the start of World War II is coming along, 1939, yeah, you have the Supermarine Spitfire, you have the Hawker Hurricanes in Britain, you have the ME-109s, out there proving that mono-wing fighters are really the new thing coming. But in that interim time, well, how do you catch these fast bombers with twin engine, heavily armed, because you're needing to shoot up a big aircraft, interceptors? So they were designed, whether radio or telephone reports, and they're sitting back at some airbase. So we spotted some bombers coming in, so they all, take off and then try to find them in the sky in the, pre-radar calculated phase, and then come in and effectively, because their speed, because of their armament, effectively attack the bombers, because the bombers are flying faster than any fighter escort at the time was thought to be able to do it. So they are, a really good thing in that environment. And to my opinion, up until the end of World War II, the basic, and they come out eventually as ME-410s, which all new aircraft, but same basic design philosophy. They've got all kinds of roles, including like night fighter, because you need to, one, having a bunch of radar doohickeys that the Germans use, technical term there, on the nose of the aircraft instead of having a propeller up there was good. And even if you're going after other night fighters, having the radar on board was good, as well as intercepting late period incoming bombers while the other fighters deal with the fighters, having bigger cannon armed interceptors. There's definitely, in the U.S., with the P-51, make a a twin engine, so sort of twin tail boom fighter. This long range that they primarily, if not exclusively, use out in the Pacific against a very, very maneuverable, fighter opponent of the Zero, the what is it, A6M, and there's various variants from there. But as a long range fighter interceptor type aircraft. So yeah, the 110, the 410, all that sort of series, very good. But you need to deploy it and use it right, and not try to fight, like he's saying, what were they, gladiators or something, that some of the Norwegians shot down. Okay, to be frank, the gunners in the HE did more damage than the 110s. Two engines being, well, but I don't know that they were intercepting over Norway, intercepting any Norwegian bombers. The two engines being faster than one being fast. Than one being the fast bomber theory. You're absolutely right. You got that. Even if one had difficulty shooting a biplane down because of its nimble nature. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there is good reasons for. No, I'm not saying they trump the good reasons for like a no, it wasn't the P-38. Sorry, I think I got that wrong. It's a P-51, didn't I? Mustang. Not that great on American aircraft, but the P-38, I believe it was the twin engine fighter of the Pacific. But yeah, compared to some of the really great fighters of World War II, I'm not saying they're better, but there are very good reasons for them having highly maneuverable aircraft during this period. Okay, so I think that is done for our deployment. Oh, okay. He's going for it. I'm gonna go get shot. And we see the hint of an enemy ship there of some sort. Well, good, they're taking out that naval gun emplacement. Very good. Shooting at my troops. That's no fair. Shooting at my troops. They're shooting more at my troops. They're shooting at the Blitzer. Okay, so yeah, Oslo, Trondheim, and connect those up. But we need to get... Okay, the Royal Navy has been mining the Norwegian waters to block merchant traffics to Germany. Clear violation of Norway's neutrality. It proves that we were right to preemptively invade the nation. The heavy cruiser Blücher has been sunk while leading the flotilla of warships in Oslo Fjord. After receiving multiple direct hits from coastal guns and torpedo launchers, the ship went down with many lives lost. Okay, so we've lost our Blücher. We're going to have at least one more turn here on the water. So what I want to do here is, I think that's the enemy, yes, the Norwegian. We're going to concentrate on him. This is one thing I do like about Order of Battle more than Panzer Corps, is the ability to do multiple airstrikes in one turn on a single target. Yeah, well, I think those well, I don't know. Here's a question for you, Toy Jet. Were the coastal guns Army, like in the United States? The Army is the primary operator of what was the coastal artillery. They were the almost exclusive operator, shall we say. Go there with you and then strike with fighters. Okay, what, for older than your grandmother laughs in. There's no air branch. A branch of its own. That I'm okay. Coastal, its own branch. That's a bit different. Yeah, in the U.S., the coastal artillery is a branch of the Army. Not quite as, well, I don't know, independent or whatever you might want to term it, as the Army Air Corps is, in essence. I mean, it's becoming almost the Air Force, you know, its own thing, but not entirely yet. Okay, let's see, I want to get some troops for well, let's fly here. I'll fly over here. Okay. These, these are the German infantry. Okay, yes, we want to keep them moving toward shore. We have one over here. Well, those are almost dead, so I don't think they're going to get much damage from there. Our paratroopers. Doesn't look like we have any air down here just yet. A supply ship and another supply ship and our other German infantry here. Well, we have them bad guys there. They're still in good shape. These guys are getting bombed. Hey, Eric. Yep, we're taking your country out. It was one of the more prestigious military services. Very interesting. I did not know that. Well, yeah, I think these are... I want to get them away from these guys, or these guys over here. I do know that we have them there, but don't want to quite come up and kiss them. The supply ships, I believe you can sort of run next to the shore and it will create a zone for supply coming in. Mostly it was a branch lease affected by the budget cuts. I guess they were more afraid of a invasion from somebody other than Sweden then, because obviously that doesn't, I mean, yeah, I know this Gothenburg is in Sweden and they just, you know, march north into Norway. Okay, well, I guess that is, oh, we need to see about up here. Okay, yeah, that's right. Those are 39 infantry, 40 infantry, 39 infantry. Let's move you up. And a supply vessel for once we get there. We're going to leave you sitting there for the moment. We'll do it. And I'll sink those two ships. Actually, the one closest to me. Boom, sink. Politicians, it is said, like defenses they can see and feel and look at and go, yeah, we built these big fortifications, we must be secure now. Won't the people really be happy because they'll see big secure things and paying for soldiers all the time, lots of them, even if they're the most effective thing, won't feel so good. And I thought I was going to get to control the Kriegsmarine here, but I guess not. Royal retreat. Okay, after sighting our warships heading for Oslo, the royal family of Norway, the Prime Minister and his cabinet have been evacuated to Britain. Another thing that was evacuated was the Norway's reserve of gold. And it was actually sort of more smuggled out under the Nazis' noses. And during the war period in Britain, they made a children's book about, and printed it in Britain, a children's, obviously more Britain, about getting the gold out of Norway. Well, let's come right here. Oh, there's infantry there. Okay, maybe not there. We'll see. I don't know. We'll think about that. I just want to get everybody out of these boats as fast as I can. The artillery pieces, they've already moved. We're going to keep you flying up toward Norway. Well, when wonder if there's... Well, let's bomb here. Oh, they absolutely did do serious damage. Probably some of the most serious damage of any naval guns that were actively used to, you know, or coastal guns actively used to stop an invasion, I'm thinking. Because there were a lot of naval coastal guns, but I don't know how many were fired, you know, like that. So Danish National Gold was sent to the UK just before the invasion. Okay, so they actually sent it before the invasion. Careful, none of those ships come into range of the guns that sunk the Blitzer. Yes, Mirror Man, I'm hoping to land, I don't know what the range is here. I'm hoping to land right here on this coast, and maybe that's too close, I don't know. But that's where I'm not planning on coming up to, oh, this is the Skagerrak or whatever. Not planning to come up the fjord here. I'm going to land right there and try to march into Oslo that way. Okay. Can we land here? I don't have an undo button, so I can't see if there's anything under that, so I'm not going to trust that. Come up to Trondheim here. Engineers. Let's bring you to here and the supply ship over to here. There we go. You know, I'm going to start moving this supply ship this way and maybe supply these guys up here. But these guys, well, no, they're there, but they've now been bombed down. Yeah, okay, Mirror Man, live and learn. I like I say, I have not played this before. I played a lot. Okay, we have our recon here. I have played a lot of Order of Battle. Well, let's go sort of look for maybe coming British units of Order of Battle, but not this campaign before. We'll move you over here. Keep you a little further away. There we go. Take out those infantry. I should take them out, not just annoy them. There we go. These are being damaged. Got that. Well, deploy forward. The light field howitzers, the heavy infantry. These guys will come to here. I think I'd rather get my heavy infantry off first. Those poor defending troops, yes, getting pounded by the big naval guns. Okay, you guys come this way. Now what we're going to do here is come up this way here, and if they, yes, they have the range, so we're going to escort them with these fighters in case anybody tries to jump them. Actually, no, I should probably walk back this way because I think Christian Sand is probably undefended now. It'll help us get our 3 objectives in 10 turns. Right, okay, well here. Yes, we'll come over here. Oh, right, landing's here. If the engineers can get out there, good. I couldn't tell. Didn't see the anchor. And the one thing I really dislike about this game, it's not the best places, on the bridge was not the best place, but I wanted to get these guys out right behind, is the lack of an undo button. Whether for experimenting like, well, hey, can we get out there or not? But that just counts as a ship movement. Or what? I don't know. Or just misclicks. I get frustrated with that in this game. Okay, supply ship. Now let's go to there. Well, these German infantry, they can come to here maybe. Oh, there is somebody in Christiansand. Okay, well maybe they'll turn around and walk this way. We'll get this supply ship. That's okay over there. Yeah, we'll see what we're doing. Oh, Pizza Frenzy Man. They're looking for submarines using their sonar. Yes, pound these guys now that we see them. Even something like a destroyer, which is one of the smaller naval vessels, really has a tremendous amount of firepower. Partially it's their, the number of guns and the size of the guns. But a lot of it is how much ammunition they can carry, how much ammunition you can put on board a ship versus how many trucks carrying that same amount of ammunition. But also what it is the efficiency of being able to load and shoot that ammunition out of the magazine. Because even if you had all of these trucks following behind the same type of field howitzers or whatever, or big siege guns, depending on the caliber we're talking about, the time it would take you to get the ammunition off the truck, bring it, put it in the breech of the the gun and fire it, and all that manpower, the ammunition hoists and whatnot on the ship can do it like 3 or 4 times as fast, and as if not more accurately. So there's an accuracy element and a speed of fire. So ships have tremendous amount of firepower when compared to your normal field artillery type things. Firm hand and a steady mind, yes. Yes, well, we'll see. Okay. Naval units, so it's not for me then, that's what you're saying. Naval units at Trondheim are retreating back to port in Germany, running low on fuel and exposed British attacks staying any longer would. Okay, well, I wish I would have then put one of my artillery pieces up here. Get off that bridge. We don't want to attack across the bridge. They're having limited amount. Okay, now they should get better supply because this is the supply point there. Should be touching there. Okay. Get across the hills there. All right, okay, so no, not gonna truck. Drive the trucks. They have a bunker there. Now we're going to move here to get supply into this area. Well, now that I know they have a bunker there, eventually we're going to have to come back to base anyway, so we might as well do what we can to reduce that down. Oh. Fly off. So that we can then strafe it. Not that it's going to be very effective, but at least, oh, well, no. At least do some strafing. Now, let's see. Okay, does not look well. There's, okay, an anti-aircraft gun there. Good to know. One of the primary objectives of the campaign was to get the air base, but we'll see about parachuting there. No. Damn, I wish I had my artillery piece. Yeah, let's come over here. We'll connect up this way with our supply point. Gonna search for the Navy to see if we can spot any of the Royal Navy. Okay, well, you're gonna take time even slower because you don't have supply. Well, this is just a supply ship. I was thinking it was. Why was I thinking? I don't know why I was thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking, people. This was a troop ship. See that? Bomb them. Yeah, you're just a supply ship. You're doing good where you are. Okay, so well, if we don't need that, we should be coming over here and supplying this better. Okay. Yes, gamers making mistakes. Yeah, we're gonna start assaulting that. Right. Let's end the turn. Good. Now that you're seeing it, you're pounding it. Good. Good. See those guys. Sink those guys. No. Bomb those guys. Bombard those guys. That's it. Bombard those guys. Well, enemy fighters detected, I should say. Okay, still not achieved any air goals. Got 5 turns left to do that. But before I continue, if I know many of you already have been around a lot, but if there's anybody sort of new here and likes my style of talking about the history while playing games, you might want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, copy, or follow my Twitch channel. We're going to continue going here. We've got another hour still. But yeah, if you guys want to, you can. Just open another window. We still, of course, want to have all you watching over here. Okay, well, that will at least... Oh, get to there. Yeah. Get you in supply. Right. You're going to come up here to make sure they have supply. You're going to take out that this turn. And move into there. Okay, flight control. We have taken one of Norway's main airfields, transport planes, now en route to deliver much needed reinforcements and material. Very good. Okay, didn't know that was going to be much of a thing, but we'll hold that, hopefully. Now, up here, let's do paradrop, and we will drop it right on the airfield over here. Oh, cool animation. I don't know if I've ever seen that animation before. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, and we can attack this turn. That's nice. We'll go after this artillery. That's felt cannon. I guess that's field cannon in Norwegian. Yeah, we'll grab this position up as well. Yeah. So we've achieved that. We've detected, okay, I guess I have enough fuel to make it here. Let's fly up here and see what this is. Ah, some of your Gloucester Gladiators. I do believe British produced aircraft. Don't know if licensed, built, or just bought. They hurt me a little bit. I hurt them more than they hurt me, twice as much. Okay, well. Move up artillery. Okay, there's probably going to be troops here, but yep. We're just going to be bold and bump into them and they get to slaughter us. Yeah, I took the gamble and messed up. Get over to there. We'll get these guys. Well, let's see how close can we get. Okay, no, they moved up there. Well, let's see. We'll do the truck thing because they're protected by the troops. So I don't think there's anything going to come and get them, as it were. Now here, we will land there. We will keep them from being out of supply by coming here and linking that up. Linking that up. There we go. And they'll just stay there, keep supplying that pocket, as it were. Now we'll wait until we get a few more troops in there ready to assault. I wish those naval vessels would have stayed around longer. Okay, we'll keep that looking there. Well, hopefully the Navy will pound him down a bit before we attack. Let's fly a reconnaissance aircraft. Trying to help out the Kriegsmarine because I don't really think there's much need for reconnaissance around here, but then again, who knows? Produced in Britain, assembled in Norway. Okay, cool. Good to know. So glad you're helping out. Jet. Oh, there's more paratroopers there. Good. Yes, pound them, pound them, pound them. Now, I know Toyjet is doing a very, very good job here today, giving some more additional knowledge. There was great positive reception that the special, I'm not even going to try it, the Reconquista special that they did with Field of Glory Medieval, a couple weeks ago now, in which they had a, well, they did an interview with one professor, then another, I guess, professor, researcher, I'm not sure, actually chatted with Richard of York. Now, I should have had an infantry unit here, that would have been nice. While he was playing the battle, God, I'm blanking on the name and don't know if I should try to do that. But that was well received, and so they're talking about, they haven't shared it with me at least any great details, more of a, you know, multiple person, you know, two people presumably, but style of presenting some of these games while talking about history. Now, I will say, I watch once in a while, but I don't think the Slytherin people watch most of these streams. It takes a long time to watch these streams, of course. So, I don't know how much they know I do on the history. I know they know I do some of the stuff, but they're definitely looking... Oh, British carrier aircraft. So they're looking at doing more stuff like that. Okay, we captured airfield in 5 turns. Good. British and French troops will surely attempt to cross the North Sea and disembark on the Norwegian coast. We should intercept the transport fleets before they reach the UK. Yeah, good. We should. Do I get to control these guys? Not yet. It dawned on me that all you are doing this stream is dunk on my ancestors, both lineages. That's apparently, well, I don't know, I'm dunking on your ancestors in a, like, way that is negative. Obviously, I'm attacking them, but because that's the nature of the missions we're playing. Don't worry, I've attacked the Americans enough in so many games. And the British. But you're doing very good in the cause of... Here's what's good about what's happening from the other side. So I don't know that Toyjet would be the one maybe so much in future, but definitely the idea that, and you can tell Toyjet does have a pretty decent familiarity with the topic. I don't know Norway, but it is something that we are thinking about, or they are thinking about doing more, and I fully support that idea. Oh, maybe I should have pulled back. Yeah, probably. But I really want to take this artillery piece out. It doesn't do much. No, we're not going to go hang out on the bridge. Wish I had control of these. I'd do some nice bombardment operations. You take that, you come down here. Yeah, I know you're going to be on the bridge, but hopefully you take that unit out fully. Fully dead, yeah, but okay, stay there because we're going to head the other direction. Okay, you guys come this way. How are we doing for fuel? Okay, good enough for fuel here to come down here. And do another attack on theirs. Well, if we keep holding the air base, we can use it to refuel. It may be a big if, but if we do. So we'll bring these guys up here. Now, we've spotted enemy aircraft. They flew in from sort of this direction, so let's fly up here and see what we can see, which is not much. I guess maybe this is where they come on map from, or maybe down here, I don't know. Or maybe both. Okay, well, we're going to use you as a bit of a... Well, I don't know if there's more spying we need to do down here. Oh yeah, well maybe here. So yeah, let's head this way. Need to keep that. Going there. These guys are do what we can to correct my errors. Right. Or we can also attack with the indirect approach. Next turn with two hits from these artillery pieces, hopefully, and then we'll assault that town. I should have just reinforced these guys. That probably would have been a better choice. If we get over here before the Navy comes by, maybe they'll take out our opposition there. Or as they sail by, as it were. Maybe they're going to go north. You know about their fighter or their reconnaissance plane. I hope AI. It flies north. Oh, well now they spotted that and decided to attack there. Good, on the bridge. Oh, they're attacking north. Damn. Okay, well. Come on. Okay, well. These guys. Okay. Well. There we go. That'll be at least 2 objectives in turns and one of the primaries. Now down here. Not close enough. Almost, but not. Okay, well. You need to come back now that we've lost that airbase.